Jen and I sat down, took every lead that Facebook had given us. Almost none of them made it to a quote. If we did that for a long period of time and we wrote a shitload of quotes to Facebook customers, but none of them sold, and I'm talking like if you track this, back over the last year, then I'm going to be like, okay, Facebook is even worse than I thought because now I'm wasting a fuck ton of money and time, right? We're wasting the money on the lead and the time on the quote, and we're selling zero. Facebook was telling us we had what, Jen? It was like
150.
150
Yeah.
leads a month off of Facebook. Yeah, we wrote like 4 quotes off of it. Like,
So,
so it's not a lead. That was a lead to Facebook. That's not a lead to me.
yeah. So that's one thing. This probably isn't a great time to get too far into the weeds, but after the iOS 14 update and your targeting preferences got changed, I think that was at like the federal level where they basically said you can't target these specific demographics, and the Advantage Plus placements came out on Meta. Now, instead of people living in a specific area, it's people living in the area or traveled through the area and their IP address located to one of those places. So Scott's getting leads outside of his serviceable area. Obviously, there's a huge influx of spam. So people accidentally submitting, which I still can't wrap my head around this, accidentally submitting their information through an instant form. Because it's a one click, you click the button and then it automatically populates your information. There's a lot of scam leads. And if we didn't look into the conversion rate of those leads, conversion meaning moving from quote sent to closed won, we wouldn't have known that those leads were all bogus. And I think that's what's happening to Meta now. People are moving away from these digital channels consuming data or buying from these things because that platform's kind of fatigued. There's every Joe Schmo who starts a roofing company is running 6 ads when there's a hailstorm or a windstorm. And that's why I made the decision to shift budget higher to Google and lower on Facebook, just because we had higher quality leads with more intention.
Do you think it's important to track the number of scheduled appointments and the number of quotes sent separately, or is that essentially the same thing?
Same thing. For us, it's the same thing. Now, every business is different, right? For us, if we go to an appointment, 95 to 100%, we're writing a quote. We're really, really good about screening our calls, and we do not book appointments for shit we don't want to bid. So we're really good about that. Our office staff's trained really well on that. And plus, we write quotes on the spot. Like when we go to the job, we literally give them a quote while we're there. So they're getting a quote.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I fully agree with that. So Scott does things very lean and mean. All the staff is very well trained and they ask those important questions. But I think that's a good point to bring up is like, just because you got a lead online, if you're not following up with these people and asking them these pre-qualifying questions, here's a huge one. Do you own your home? That's a huge differentiator. A lot of people, maybe they're in an apartment or maybe they're renting or something like that. Like they're not qualified to make that decision, and it immediately disqualifies them as a lead. If you're not making those calls, like you're wasting your sales reps' time, you're wasting your customer service reps' time. This is costing you money, more money than you paid for the lead itself.